welcome back to another episode of the Natty Teacher. I'm, of course, your host, the Natty Teacher. And today, we got a push session on the docket. Our second push session of the week. And man, I got to shave. I keep seeing myself in these videos. I'm like, dang! You know, once you get into the swing of the school year, kind of start to get back into that routine, you tend to forget about some of the smaller things. And I'm not looking in the mirror staring at my facial hair all the time, I'll tell you what. Not really my main focus of attention. But I keep seeing myself in these videos, I'm like, golly, gotta shave that neck, man. Look at all that. Look at all that spackle right there. I gotta get rid of that stuff. So I do grow a beard, but usually I don't grow a beard out until it gets like cool. You know what I mean? Like fall, like consistently fall weather. Like today it's like 80 degrees right now. So it's not, you know, it ain't nothing super chilly out there right now. But yeah, we'll grow that in a little bit later on. But regardless, hey man, I love this push session. This is a fun one for me. I mean, they're all fun. Again, I got zero complaints about my workouts right now. I don't think you should. If you're complaining about your workout, then why are you doing it in the first place? You are able to do that. You know what I mean? You have to have that mindset shift of, I get to do this. You know what I mean? I get to go in here and freaking bust my butt and watch as my body progresses. It's like one of the most satisfying feelings in the world. It's awesome. So keep that stuff in mind. Keep that stuff in mind because it is really cool. It's an awesome feeling. So I'm very blessed to be able to do it. So I'm jazzed about it. But today we'll be starting with a plate loaded incline press. So it does converge at the top too, can really get a nice contraction, really sit in the bottom and the hole, get a nice stretch, and then a nice contraction at the top. If done correctly, this machine is phenomenal. If done incorrectly, it essentially does nothing for chest development. It's crazy the little minute tweaks you have to make on that to like go from essentially having very little chest recruitment to a ton, and like a ton of really good positive chest stimulus. It's crazy, but regardless, we'll start with that. I know that we have some like flat machine press after that. And depending on how busy the gym is, some sort of like a cable fly or potentially like a dumbbell fly if the gym is really busy. So we'll just kind of see where it's at a little bit later on down the line here. Then we'll move into our shoulder work. We do have a little bit of neutral grip shoulder press, really trying to blast those front delts. And then we will have our side delt work and then some triceps, and we are essentially out of there minus abs. We do have some abs today, so probably in the form of rope crunches or some machine crunches, because last time I trained abs, which was on Monday, I did decline crunches, so I was doing some you know, essentially body weight movement there. So I want to make sure that I get some good weighted crunches in today, and then also on Friday as well. So I like to do at least 2 weighted abdominal sessions per week. So we'll get some good work in for that today. Go from there. So in total, I'll probably be to the gym in the next 2 minutes here. It's a little after 3 o'clock, right about 3 o'clock. Probably be out of the gym about 5, about 2 hours for all that, for an all-encompassing workout like that. Probably about 2 hours. But luckily, we're nice and fueled up. I will say, I did not do my cardio yet. I will, of course, do your cardio. But this morning, my wife and I, we've been, it's weird, I'm trying my best to figure this stuff out, and I've had a lot of help, so that's been good, but we've been working on our house's water, and so this morning, you know, I just basically had to, you know, change out a filter this morning, like when I woke up, and like I had to turn off the water, change this filter, get the water turned back on, and then had to run this like specific water test on our house's water, because we're trying to figure out, we were having some issues with our well. So just real life adulting stuff, man. Just trying to still figure it out. And so that took me about a half hour this morning. So by the time I was done, it was about 10 to 6, almost 6 a.m. And I'm like, all right, well, I got to be out of here by 6:30. So I'm just going to eat and go at that point. So I do still have cardio. So, you know, get out of here about 5, go home, eat, and then let that meal digest for probably about an hour and a half. Hop on the bike, hop in the shower, eat, and I'm good to go for the evening. So, you know, we'll go from there. But regardless, top set of that incline plate loaded press coming at you right about now. All right, as promised, we got our plate loaded incline press. Now, what you'll see here is this week we didn't add any reps, but that's okay, because what we did is we still matched our top set of 9 like we did last week with this particular exercise. But what we're really trying to do here is sit a little bit more in that stretch position, which is exactly what we did. So we were able to sit in that bottom part, like right here, really control that weight, come to a nice hard stop, and then get that weight up, but still get the same amount of reps. That's exactly what we wanted. And so we're going to continue to progress that way. We will definitely get this for 10, either next week or very shortly from now. We will absolutely get this for 10, but 9 hard reps here. And then we dropped the weight. We took the 25s off there, so it was, because right now we got 4 plates, a 25 on each, and then a 5. So we took the 25 off each side and repped that out for a set of 10. Also felt really good. Then a flat machine press. Okay. Next week, I think I might play with the angle of getting this, getting up just a little bit more, putting the seat down a little bit more so we get the handle, driven kind of more towards the mid-range in the pec. This is pretty low, but still felt really good. Was able to rep match again last week's top set, and then we actually dropped down and added 5 pounds to our back off set and still rep match that from last week as well. So we will continue to progress that forward, but felt really good. Felt nice and strong, was getting a nice contraction in the chest. I just want to have that line a little bit higher compared to where we're at here. Have those elbows, flared ever so slightly more and have those handles just a little bit higher up. Went for a 10th, failed, but that's okay there. Then I did this in double speed. If you can't tell, this is an exercise I'll probably be running here for the next couple weeks. It definitely took a second to get used to this one on the shoulders a little bit. You really got to be nice and mobile with this. Just some good old school dumbbell flies. But what we're doing here is we are only keeping a very slight hitch in the elbows and really focusing on that stretch, controlling the stretch, and then getting a nice peak contraction at the top, trying to pump the chest as much as possible. Here we're using like the 40-pound dumbbells, but you'll see that I'm very, very much so not bending my arms very, really at all. We're working up here. We did 2 sets of 12 here with the 40s. Felt pretty good. Again, definitely felt a little bit different on the shoulders than some of my other, like a pec fly or a cable fly. But we'll get used to it again. The gym at this time of the day usually starts to get a little busy, so I don't want to be that guy using both sides of the cable. So again, 2 working sets there. Then some neutral grip shoulder press, 2 working sets here. Making sure we're keeping those elbows in a relatively flared position, loading the crap out of those front delts, bringing those, elbows quite a bit, pretty far down here. Did a top set of 10 here with 5 pounds added from last week, so that was cool. And then we kept that weight on there and did another set of 8. So usually, again, I like to keep this in that 8 to 12 rep range. So that's exactly where we want to be, and go from there. So felt really good. Was able to get a nice strong front delt pump out of this one, and this was kind of it as far as the pressing portion or any of my pressing movements for the remainder of the workout. So we grinded out just this last one here. Nice hard stop at the bottom and coming up hard, getting a nice squeeze at the top. Felt great. Then after this, we went on to some machine cable side laterals, but we are loading in the mid-range here. So you'll see that I have the cable pulley quite a bit up here, bringing the arm to right about parallel with the side of the body, maybe slightly above at most, but not as high as I used to go at all. It was taking a ton of tension off my side delts. But we did 3 total working sets here. We did a top set that was 5 pounds heavier than this, where we did, I think, a set of 7 and then 1 assisted rep for a total set of 8. It was a little much. Couldn't connect with it really well. So I dropped the weight. I really only 5 pounds and did a set of 12 and then also a set of 10 there. So I think we did a top set of like 45 pounds for 7 plus 1 assisted. And then this is 40 pounds here for a set of 12 and then for a set of 10. So felt really good. Felt nice and strong and definitely had the shoulders pumped to the gills after this exercise for sure. So just trying to figure out ways to connect with this exercise better and better, and push it to the absolute limit, baby. You know how it is. So trying to just fill the silence here. If you haven't done a cable side lateral, especially with a cuff, dude, y'all got to give it a whirl. Stuff's awesome. Then went on to the tricep portion here. We got our tricep pushdowns. This one I did try to, and this set isn't the greatest example of it, but the control I'm getting with this is much better than I used to be in the past with my tricep pushdowns. You can see here that I'm really loading the crap out of the tricep. I really was trying to make sure I kept my elbows off of my body, leaning over the weight, but not into the weight so much where I'm driving it down with my shoulders, trying to keep the shoulders out of it as much as possible, but still get as much loading into the tricep as I could. Went up 5 pounds, did 3 working sets, and again, I stayed within that 8 to 12 rep range. I think this top set might have been a little more than 12. I'm not sure, but it's usually where I like to keep all 3 sets, is right about that 8 to 12 rep range or so. And that's exactly what we did for all 3. So it felt really good. Continuing to progress there, and definitely showing on the triceps for sure. Then overhead extensions, same grip here, but just kind of keeping those hands in a nice neutral position, making finding a bar that is comfortable on the wrists. We're taking a step off of the actual cable stack here, or a couple steps really, getting a nice stretch. You'll see that I get my hands in behind my head here. Really get that nice stretch and load the crap out of the triceps again, and then push through. Feels really good. Tension coming from, like the top of a pulley system like that is just much different. I enjoy it. I've really been digging this exercise. So again, same thing, went up 5 pounds and did 3 working sets in that 10 to 15 rep range. Exactly where we want to be for this. Felt really good. The only thing I did that I did not film, per usual, I don't usually film this, is rope crunches. So I did 3 working sets of rope crunches. That felt good. And was able to go up in weight there a little bit, connected with my abs pretty good. And I want to connect with it more, but, still felt pretty good. So some good heavy rope crunches. You'll see me here too, and this is just a little cue for you. When you come back, don't just let the handle go and let it slam the weight. Don't do that, okay? You'll see that I actually step back, put my butt right up against that, and then stand up, and you're out.
B session in the freaking books. Woo! It's a toughie, man. It's a freaking toughie. No doubt about it. No doubt a freaking about it. Felt good, though. Did feel good. No doubt. Felt pretty good, so. Yeah, no, it was a great workout. Phenomenal workout. So, great stuff. I'm ready to head home, get something to eat. It's actually pretty early. It's still a little before 5 p.m. So if I'm ever, out of the gym by 5 p.m. or before, it means I was cruising. It was a very efficient day of training for sure. It's a little before 4:55, so pretty cool stuff for sure. So got out of there at a decent time. Like I said, gonna go home, get something to eat. Did train some abs. I did not film that though. Just did 3 working sets in that 15 to 20 rep range or so. Some pretty heavy weighted rope crunches, keeping the pulley all the way at the top. Really make sure we're breathing out, exhaling, and really crunching down on those abs hard on the way down. Controlling that retraction on the way up. It's a win-win, man. But yeah, great stuff. Definitely feeling it a little bit. Again, I still have yet to fully break that caffeine addiction. So for me, only getting, 200 to 400 milligrams of caffeine in a day for me, so it's pretty low. For a while, I was cruising right at about 500 or more milligrams per day for the most part, which is quite a bit. So for me, that extra mental adrenaline, or that extra mental just kind of like buzz that you get from the caffeine pre-workout, I don't have that. So I've talked about this in my previous videos before. I'm definitely still getting used to being very in tune and in touch with the muscle, for sure. Very in tune and in touch with the muscle, because I don't have anything to distract. My brain's not and just buzzing and going hard. I'm very much so just getting into the movement, breathing, getting in tune with it. It's challenging, it's tough, but I like it a lot, and it's been working really well for me. So with that being said, I am thinking I probably will have a little bit more caffeine today. I've only had 200 milligrams today. I'll still keep it under 400 though, for sure. 400 or below for me. So may have, I think I got a ruby red sugar-free monster. So I'm kind of thinking I might partake in that after my next meal, because I do still have cardio. So kind of just something to get a little bit of a buzz on pre-cardio while I'm making my food and stuff for tomorrow and all that kind of jazz. So probably will partake in that. We'll see. Nice little treat. But I got to shave tonight too, so next time you see me, most likely I will have just a mustache, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you obtained some sort of positive knowledge from it, something that will benefit you, something beneficial. That's a better way to put it. Beneficial knowledge. There we go. Make sure you like the video, share it, let your friends know that the Natty teacher is back in school, and that we are in full swing, raring and rocking and rolling for this off season. Feeling good. Still staying relatively lean, so that's cool. That's the goal. It's been just a big slow progress, but keeping that leanness, adding good healthy tissue, not just putting out a bunch of fat. It's definitely not what we want to do. So that's what we're not doing. So I'm feeling really confident, feeling good where everything's at right now. So we're gonna keep plugging away for sure. If you have not subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel, guys. No doubt about it. It helps me, helps the channel. As we continue to plug towards 500. We are super close, man. It's like a 3 or 4 month span, what is it, about a 4-month span in a couple weeks since I've started the channel, and we're already dang near 500 subscribers. That's crazy. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and watching the videos and following along on the journey. We're only getting started still, man. We're still not even, man, we're still 2.5 months off of being only half a year in. So we are plugging away, and hey, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying every second of the ride, man. The journey is the most fun part, and you gotta learn to enjoy it, and I definitely am. So, again, if you have any questions or feedback, drop them down in those in the comment section below. But yeah, for today, I'm gonna go home, get something to eat. Y'all should do the same. Drink some water, have some fun. You know, kick your feet up a little bit if you can. But for today, though, I'm the Natty Teacher, and this episode of one of many still to come, of Road to Natty Pro is out. God bless. I will catch y'all on the flippity flop.